Ever wondered why some people seem to have an endless stream of financial success while others work hard their entire lives and still struggle to get by? You've been told that hard work is the key to wealth. But if that were true, wouldn't everyone working long hours be rich by now? The harsh truth is that hard work alone will never make you wealthy. You've been conditioned to believe that effort equals success, but the system you were placed in was never designed for you to win. Schools didn't teach you about money. Society shaped you into a worker, not a wealth builder. And unless you change the way you think about money, you'll always be stuck in the same cycle, earning, spending, and barely keeping up. But today that changes. This speech isn't about wishful thinking or vague motivation. It's about exposing the reality of financial success, what the wealthy know that you don't. It's about breaking down the hidden rules of money and showing you exactly how to change your financial future. If you're ready to stop struggling and start building real wealth, then listen closely, because what you're about to hear could shift everything. Most people believe that if they just work harder, they'll eventually achieve financial success. But that's a lie. Think about it. Factory workers, nurses, teachers, construction workers, these are some of the hardest working people in the world. They work long shifts, sacrifice their time, and pour everything into their jobs. Yet many of them are barely getting by. If hard work was the key, they'd all be wealthy. Wealth isn't about how hard you work. It's about how smart you work. It's about learning the strategies that actually build financial security and freedom. The rich don't work harder, they work differently. They understand that money isn't just something you earn, it's something you control. If you're struggling financially, it's not because you lack discipline or effort. It's because you were never given the right information. And until you learn how to make money work for you, you'll always be stuck in the cycle of working harder for someone else's dream instead of building your own. Wealth isn't a mystery, it's a system. And the reason most people never achieve it is because they were never taught the rules. From the time you were young, you were conditioned to believe that success meant getting a good education, finding a stable job, and working for decades to retire comfortably. But here's what they didn't tell you. That system was never designed to make you rich. It was designed to keep you in a cycle of earning just enough to survive, but never enough to break free. The wealthy play by a different set of rules. They understand how money actually works, how to invest, how to leverage assets, how to create multiple income streams. Schools don't teach this. Society doesn't promote it. And that's why most people never escape the paycheck to paycheck trap. If you don't learn these hidden rules, you'll keep making the same financial mistakes, blaming bad luck or circumstances, when in reality, the only thing missing is knowledge. And once you gain that knowledge, everything changes. There are two types of people in this world: those who understand how money moves and those who don't. The rich don't just earn money, they multiply it. They don't spend their lives chasing a paycheck. They build systems that generate income for them whether they work or not. They invest, they own assets, they make their money work. Meanwhile, the middle class and poor do the exact opposite. They trade their time for money. They work harder, save a little, spend the rest. They believe that a bigger paycheck is the answer, but they never learn how to turn that income into lasting wealth. This is why the gap between the wealthy and the struggling keeps growing. It's not because the rich are lucky or born into privilege, it's because they learned the rules of money while everyone else was taught to follow instructions. Until you shift your perspective, wealth will always seem out of reach. If you've been struggling financially, it's not because you lack potential, it's because you've been playing the wrong game. Wealth isn't random, it follows specific laws, and once you understand them, your entire financial future changes. The difference between those who succeed financially and those who don't isn't luck, talent, or even hard work, it's knowledge and action. In this speech, we're going to break down 5 powerful rules that separate the wealthy from everyone else. These aren't just theories, they're real principles that have been used for centuries by those who follow lasting financial empires. And once you understand them, you'll never look at money the same way again. Rule 1, wealth is a game. Learn the rules or lose rule 2. Your mindset is your wealth. Thermostat. Rule 3, wealth is built, not earned. Rule 4, your net worth's worth. Rule 5, money works for those who make it work. These rules will challenge you. They will push you to think differently. And most importantly, they will give you the power to finally break free from the financial struggle and start building real wealth. Because once you know the rules, the only thing left to do is play the game the right way. Money is a game. And like any game, if you don't know the rules, you're bound to lose. Think about it. Would you walk into a poker game without learning the rules first? Of course not. Yet that's exactly what most people do when it comes to their finances. They enter the world of money not understanding how it works, and they wonder why they can't seem to get ahead. The truth is, the financial system has specific rules, and the rich have cracked them. They don't just work for money, they use money to work for them. They understand how tax advantages work, how to leverage debt, and how to make investments that pay off long term. Meanwhile, most people are stuck in the cycle cycle, spending and never really building anything that lasts. You have two choices. You can keep playing blind, hoping for a lucky break, or you can choose to learn the rules, change the way you think about money, and start playing to win. The wealthy know these rules and they use them to their advantage. It's time you learn them too. The first step in winning the money game is realizing that it's not random. Money doesn't just appear, and it doesn't just leave your life by chance. There are systems at play. Those who understand how to leverage those systems can build wealth effortlessly. They know exactly how to direct their money in ways that make it grow, how to position themselves so that their financial decisions multiply over time. And those who don't know, they end up trapped in the same old cycles of hard work, never having enough, and then making it to the next paycheck. It's not that these people aren't working hard, it's that they're not playing the game right. They're not learning the rules. They're just going through the motions, expecting things to change. But the game is always won by those who take the time to learn how it works. Are you ready to learn? The wealthy don't just earn money, they make it work for them. They invest in assets that grow in value. They use debt as a tool to generate income while others fear debt and avoid it. They don't just say they leverage their savings to create more wealth. How do they do this? By understanding the money system in a way that most people never do. They know that money isn't just a tool for buying things, it's a tool for creating more opportunities. They understand taxes, investments, and how to use their income in ways that put them on the path to financial freedom. Meanwhile, the rest of us spend our time working hard for wages, getting caught up in bills and expenses, and trying to keep up with the latest trend. But the truth is, if you want to build real wealth, you need to start thinking like the rich. You need to play the game differently. Take a hard look at your financial habits. Are you playing to win, or are you just trying to survive? The difference is massive. Most people get caught up in the daily grind, living paycheck to paycheck, worrying about bills and stressing over the future. They think that making a little more money or getting a better job will fix everything, but it won't. Not until you understand how to make your money work for you. The reason most people stay stuck in the same financial situation isn't because they don't work hard enough. It's because they don't know how to make money work for them. They don't know the game. And until you learn it, you'll always be playing for survival instead of winning. The moment you understand that wealth follows a structured game plan, you can start making real progress. The first rule, learn how money moves where opportunities exist and how to position yourself to benefit from them. But it all starts with a decision. You have to choose to stop playing blind and start playing smart. That means gaining the knowledge you need to succeed. It means stepping outside of the cycles you've been taught to follow and breaking the mold. Once you understand how money works, you can start making moves that set you on the path to financial freedom. And the best part, the rules are already out there. You just have to be willing to learn them. Your mindset is more important than your job, your income, or your education when it comes to building wealth. Why? Because your mindset sets the ceiling for how much success you'll ever have. Imagine that your financial success is like a thermostat. If it's set too low, no matter how much money you make, you'll always return to your comfort zone. This is why so many people can't seem to break out of their financial struggles, even when they earn more. Your beliefs about money shape the way you spend, save, and invest. If you don't believe you deserve wealth, you'll subconsciously sabotage yourself. Your financial ceiling isn't set by your job, your education, or your circumstances, it's set by your beliefs. Belief is the foundation of wealth. If you don't believe that financial success is possible for you, you'll never create the conditions necessary to achieve it. Your financial success begins with believing you can succeed. If you constantly think that wealth is for other people, you'll never take the steps necessary to build your own. If you don't believe that you can control your finances, you'll always be at the mercy of external forces. It's time to change that mindset. You have to believe that wealth is within your reach and that you are capable of achieving it. Because the truth is, your belief in yourself will be the driving force behind your financial success. If your financial thermostat is set too low, no matter how much money you make, you'll always find a way to return to your comfort level. This is why some people stay broke, even when they earn good money. Their mindset limits their ability to grow and expand. They might get a raise or a new job, but they always end up spending more or losing that extra money because their mindset is stuck in a scarcity mentality. Till you reprogram your financial thermostat, you'll keep going through the same cycles. You'll work hard, earn money, but never break free from the limitations that you've placed on yourself. The truth is, your mindset wasn't shaped by your own choices. It was shaped by your childhood, your environment, and the people around you. Maybe you grew up hearing things like money doesn't grow on trees or rich people are greedy. These ideas aren't just harmless sayings, they're conditioning you to think that financial success is for others, not for you. Your beliefs about money, whether conscious or not, are holding you back. These thoughts become habits. You may find yourself afraid to take risk with money, or you may be constantly avoiding conversations about wealth. If you're stuck in this mindset, you'll continue to live paycheck to paycheck, no matter how much you earn. But the good news is you can break free. To create real financial change, you must first change the way you see money. You must let go of the negative beliefs that have held you captive and replace them with empowering ones. You must reprogram your financial identity to reflect the success you're capable of achieving. Building wealth starts in your mind. You have to reset your financial thermostat. This means breaking free from limiting beliefs and replacing them with thoughts that align with the financial success you want to create. To rewire your mind for wealth, start by affirming that you deserve abundance. Replace thoughts of scarcity with thoughts of possibility. Every time you feel doubt creeping in, remind yourself of the opportunities available to you. Start acting as though wealth is already within your reach. It's not just about learning new strategies or finding ways to make more money. It's about changing how you view money. When you reset your financial identity, you create a new reality. You begin to make smarter decisions, take calculated risks, and believe that success is not just possible, it's inevitable. Hard work alone will never make you rich. If it did, teachers and factory workers would be the wealthiest people in the world. But the reality is, wealth is built, not earned. Think of it this way, earning money is like filling up a bucket with water. But unless you're also plugging the holes in that bucket, the water will always leak out. The wealthy don't just fill up their buckets, they make sure the holes are plugged and may find ways to add more water. If you're only focused on earning a paycheck, you'll always be limited by your time. No matter how hard you work, you can only earn so much. But if you focus on building wealth by investing, starting businesses, and acquiring assets, you can multiply your money and create passive income. Wealth isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. And once you make that shift, everything changes. If working hard was the key to wealth, why are all hard workers rich? The truth is, working hard won't make you wealthy if you're not working on the right things. If your income comes only from your job, then you're trading your time for money. There's a limit to how much time you have and how much money you can make. The key to real wealth is moving beyond just earning a paycheck. You need to build systems that generate income for you without you having to work 24/7. That's why the rich don't just work, they invest, they own assets, and they create opportunities that make their money work for them. And the moment you understand that wealth is built, not earned, you can start taking the steps to build your own financial future. Think about your income as water flowing into a bucket, but every time you spend money on bills like the expenses or unnecessary luxuries, the water leaks out of the bottom. And no matter how much money you make, if you don't address those leaks, your financial situation will never improve. The real question is, are you plugging the leaks in your financial bucket? Are you saving, investing, and multiplying your money, or are you letting it slip away without a second thought? The wealthy know that they can't just fill their bucket, they need to make sure there are no leaks. They build wealth by investing in assets, cutting unnecessary expenses, and making sure their money grows. They don't just rely on earning more, they focus on growing their money in smart, sustainable ways. If you want to fix your financial leaks, start by focusing on building wealth, not just earning money. The wealthy don't just earn money, they build wealth. They understand that making money isn't enough, they need to make their money work for them. The shift from earning to building is a game changer. Instead of focusing solely on earning, the wealthy invest in assets that generate income. They put their money in real estate, stocks, businesses, and other wealth-building vehicles. They understand that the key to financial freedom isn't just how much money you make, it's how you use that money to create more wealth. If you want to move from simply earning to building, start by thinking about long-term wealth strategies. What assets can you invest in? What income-generating businesses can you create? How can you make your money work for you? This shift is where true wealth is built. When it comes to wealth, who you know is just as important as what you know. Your network is one of the most powerful tools you have for financial success. You've heard the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know, and it's absolutely true. The people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your financial future. If you're constantly around people who are negative about money, who make excuses for their lack of success, or who are stuck in a scarcity mindset, it's time to make a change. Your financial destiny is shaped by the people you choose to spend your time with. But the opposite is also true. When you surround yourself with successful, growth-minded people who push you to be better, your life will change. The rich don't just build wealth on their own, they build relationships with people who have the same drive, the same goals, and the same mindset. Take a hard look at the people you spend the most time with. Are they where you want to be financially? Are they successful, driven, and constantly improving? Or are they stuck in the same old patterns of complaining and making excuses? Your network is a mirror of your financial future. If you're surrounded by people who aren't interested in growing, who don't understand how money works, or who are content with mediocrity, it's going to be nearly impossible for you to break free from the cycle. To change your financial future, you have to start with your circle. You need to surround yourself with people who will elevate you, challenge you, and encourage you to reach your full potential. Successful people build relationships with other successful people, and you should do the same. Take a moment and think about the 5 people you spend the most time with. What are their financial habits like? Are they ambitious, goal-oriented, and financially responsible? Or are they complacent, excuses, and stuck in a cycle of negativity? The reality is that your income is often the average of the people closest to you. If you're surrounding yourself with people who are comfortable with mediocrity, it's going to be harder for you to break free and achieve the success you're capable of. On the other hand, if you build relationships with people who push you, inspire you, and who are already where you want to be, your income and your mindset will rise. Wealth isn't just about money, it's about access. The richest people in the world know that relationships open doors that money alone can't. Building a strong network is key to creating lasting success. Mentors, business partners, collaborators, these are the people who help you reach the next level. The wealthy understand that success is never a solo journey. They invest in relationships that add value to their lives and their businesses. The best way to start building your network is to focus on relationships, not just bank accounts. Build meaningful connections, seek out mentorship, and surround yourself with people who will lift you up and help you get where you want to be. Building a network takes effort. It doesn't just happen. If you're waiting for the right people to come to you, you're missing out on opportunities. You need to be proactive about expanding your circle and seeking out high-value relationships. Start by attending industry events, joining mastermind groups, or even investing in mentorship. Get involved with people who are already where you want to be and learn from them. Every successful person you meet is an opportunity to expand your knowledge, your opportunities, and your wealth. Networking isn't just about collecting business cards or adding people to your social media accounts. It's about building meaningful connections with people who will help you grow and succeed. Money is never stagnant. It's either working for you or it's losing value. If you're not actively putting your money to work, it's slowly losing its value. The cost of living rises every year and inflation is constantly eating away at your savings. If your money is sitting in a low interest savings account or being spent on things that don't generate more income, you're losing wealth every day. The wealthy understand that money isn't just something to be spent, it's something to be leveraged. They use their money to invest in assets, build businesses, and create streams of passive income. They don't work for money, they make money work for them. Ask yourself, is your money, where is it slowly losing value? Money doesn't just sit still. If you're not actively investing, saving, or growing your wealth, your money is losing value. Inflation, missed opportunities, and poor financial habits can eat away at your savings, leaving you worse off than before. But here's the good news. If you start making your money work for you, it'll grow. Investing, leveraging assets, and building income-generating systems are the keys to building wealth. The difference between the wealthy and the struggling isn't how much money they make, it's how they make that money work. The biggest misconception about wealth is that you have to work harder to make more money. The truth is, the wealthy don't work for money, they make money work for them. They invest in assets, build business and create income streams that keep growing even when they're not working. They don't trade their time for money. They trade their money for opportunities. If you want to build real wealth, you have to stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like an investor. Use your money to create opportunities, to invest in assets, and to generate income without being tied to a job. Compounding is one of the most powerful forces in wealth building, yet so many people fail to take advantage of it. Every dollar you save or invest has the potential to grow exponentially over time. But if you're not putting your money to work, you're missing out. Money sitting idle is money that's losing value. Think of every dollar as a worker. If it's not actively generating more money, it's being wasted. Start thinking of your money as an asset that works for you and watch your wealth grow over time. The shift from passive earner to wealth builder is a game changer. It's time to stop hoarding money out of fear and start using it wisely. Learn the basics of investing, create income-generating assets, and develop a financial strategy that ensures your money never sits idle. The difference between the rich and the struggling isn't how much they earn, it's how they use what they have. Your financial future is to your hands. Stop waiting to give you permission to build wealth, take control, and start making your money work for you. Now that you've heard the rules, now that you understand the game, the real question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? You have two choices. You continue to live your life like most people do, waiting for something to change, hoping for the next paycheck, stuck in the cycle of earning, spending, and barely surviving. Or you can choose to take control. You can decide to stop being a pawn in a system that doesn't serve you, and instead become the player who dictates the game. You can apply these principles, learn the rules, and take action to build the life and wealth you deserve. The choice is in your hands. No one else can make it for you. You're the one who decides whether to stay where you are or take the steps to change your future. But remember, knowledge alone won't change your life. Only action will. You now know the rules of wealth, the principles that separate the rich from the rest. You understand that wealth isn't about luck, it's about strategy. You've learned that mindset, relationships, and making money work for you are the keys to financial success. But knowledge is only as powerful as the action you take with it. Knowing the rules means nothing if you don't use them to create change. It's time to stop sitting on the sidelines. What will you do now? Will you take the first step, or will you continue to wait for things to change on their own? The power to change your life is in your hands. In life, you have two options. You can be a pawn controlled by your circumstances, by your job, by your financial situation, or you can be the player. You can take control of your own destiny. No one else can play the game for you. The decisions you make today will shape your financial future. Are you going to sit back and let dictate your circumstances, or will you step up and take control of the game? It's time to be the player. It's time to stop letting your circumstances determine your financial future and start making strategic moves that will lead you to wealth. Every financial decision you make today is writing the story of your future. If you continue to follow the same habits, the same mindset, the same patterns, you'll end up in the same place you've always been. But if you choose to change, if you decide to take control, you can rewrite your story. The future is not set in stone, it's being created with every decision you make. So ask yourself, how do you want your story to end you? Will you continue to struggle, or will you rise to the challenge and create the wealth you've always dreamed of? The choice is yours, and it starts today. You now have the blueprint for financial success. The rules are laid out for you. The knowledge is yours to use, but none of that matters if you don't take action. Understanding the rules is only the beginning. Applying them is where the real transformation happens. The only thing standing between you and wealth is action. You don't need permission. You don't need a special opportunity. You just need to take the first step. Start applying the principles you've learned and make your money work for you. Your financial future is waiting for you. What are you going to do with it?